Okay, for this experiment we've got the Runcam Swift Mini attached to the front of this Z84 plane, and it is using an Ishin TX 801 200 milliwatts 72 channel video transmitter. It's a PAL camera, it's configured in PAL mode. It's going to be sending the signal down to this FR632 video receiver. It will get picked up by the antennas at the top, and from the receiver it will come out of this jack connector straight into the video recorder, which is here. This is the Runcam video recorder board, and out the other side of that it goes into the monitor at the top. Okay, so I've got everything powered up now. You can see the plane's outside. You can see what the plane's seeing. It's blowing in the wind a little bit, but you can see on the display here that the GPS coordinates that are on the OSD are clearly visible at the bottom of the screen. You can also see on a separate display that I have here, separate receiver, it's got its own receiver built into this one, that the GPS coordinates are perfectly displayable at the bottom of the screen. Okay, just to show that I'm going to format this card in here, I'm going to hold down the button. I'm going to hold down the button for a few seconds, and you'll see the light, the blue light's gone out. That suggests that the card's formatting. When the light comes back on, it's back on now, so it's now formatted. I'm now going to push the button to... Okay, actually it's recording, it's flashing now, so it's recording the footage. So that's recording the footage from the display. That's all good. I'm going to stop it recording there, so the blue light's on solid. Okay, so it's stopped recording now. I'm going to just quickly pull the power, and I will stick the memory card in the computer, and I'll show you what the results are. Okay, so I found the problem, and I think I can prove it's a firmware problem in the Runcam video recorder. Okay, so if you look at the setup now, it's all powered down. Now, if you recall in the previous example, when I powered it on, I held down the button to format the card, and when the formatting was completed, it started recording automatically. Like the blue light flashed once per second. I didn't have to press the button to start it recording in that instance, and the recording that we watched back at the end of that was perfect. It had captured the frame correctly. Now, in this scenario, I'm not going to format the card every single time I use this device, so I'm going to show you what happens when we power up from scratch. So we switch on the power to all of this. That's putting the power onto the video recorder. Now, I don't know if you can see, but the video recorder in this instance is not recording. I'll switch on the receiver, and you'll see the screen in a second. So there's the screen displaying perfectly clearly with the coordinates. Oh, the screen's flashing on and off. There's a problem with this monitor. Anyway, that's showing that the frame's captured properly. And if you see, we just powered this board, and it didn't start recording straight away. Now if we push the button to start recording, you see it's now recording and flashing, the blue light's flashing once a second or so. And then we stop recording. Okay, and then we switch off the power to all of this system, and we take the card out, and I'll show you what that looks like on the camera. You can see now that the GPS coordinates are now off the bottom of the screen. The screen's basically stretched, the image is stretched and chopped off the bottom of the frame. If we look original recording that we did exactly with the same setup, but directly after formatting the card, and the board then started recording automatically. And you'll see a difference. You'll see that the frame's now properly formatted, with the bottoms not chopped off in that instance. So there's clearly a difference as with the video recorder as to what happens when you format the card and it starts recording directly after the format's completed, versus what happens if you just simply power the board up and start it recording by pushing the button. So you can see if you do the pushing the button method, the second method I described, it chops the bottom off the frame. So it looks like it's defaulting to NTSC mode when it's playing back, when it's recording after the second option where I start the recording manually, versus when I format the card and it starts it automatically, it's recording in the proper PAL format. So there's something for you guys at Runcam to work on in your firmware and do some testing. Hopefully you can reproduce this issue and sort out a new firmware that fixes it. Okay, thanks.